Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another Star Wars The Black Series review, and today, as you can see, we have a threesome of some troop builder, something like that, yes. And this one is the Mandalorian Loyalist. In the ticket, the purchase ticket, it says Night Owl, if you know, you know, but the official name is Mandalorian Loyalist, and it's from Star Wars The Clone Wars. I would say it's not only season 7, it's from the first time you see the Death Watch, and these are the colors, and then they turn into the Night Owls or something like, if I'm right, these are the guys who are trying to rescue Mandalore alongside Bo-Katan and all the team and Ahsoka Tano, but the Mandalorians who want to get it back. Anyway, you know it better, and we have this text in the back which says, when Darth Maul betrayed and defeated Pre-Vizsla, Death Watch splintered into two groups. Those who wanted to embrace Mandalore's warrior heritage remained loyal to Maul. Anyway, so the Loyalist, as it says here, they remained loyal to Maul, and then the red one with the horns is the what was the name of this guy? Gar Saxon, or I don't know if it was only Gar Saxon or Saxon and his team had the little horns on the helmet and the red suits, and they're like higher rank than these more simple armored guys. I already started opening this guy, and this is not the one I wanted to open, which sucks. But I was going to open this one as well because the box is hit. I was gonna open this one because the box is squeezed. I just walked into the Walmart here in Veracruz, and they had like 6 of these guys. I was like, I'll get 3 first, see if I like them, because they are obviously mostly a reuse of the Jango Fett mold, which I really like the figure, but it's an older mold, and something I didn't enjoy is when my little cables of the armor, and if you twist the arms a bit too much without taking care of the little hoses and cables there, you'll just snap them, and I think easily. Well, at least in Germany it was cold those days, and I snapped it and it was a bit stiff. Maybe here in a bit more tropical climate they resist a bit more, I don't know. You can see the artwork here, which is really cool, even for a simpler Mandalorian armored character. Let's leave those here, and I'll open this one. So there we have him on his tray. He comes with this backpack. He's looking good, and his 2 guns. Don't ask me the name of the model of the gun. Is the same that Sabine Wren has, but I don't know if it's the same gun, if it's a different mold, but it's like the same gun model. But it's not the same as Sabine's. I think it's the same gun model, but it's not the same mold. This is a newer mold. The Sabine's is a bit simpler. Oh God. Oh God. Anyway. Paf. Boom, paf. So, what do we have here? Everything seems to be in place. No, it actually is not. Look at that. Just look how this came. it will be an easy fix, but it's kind of not acceptable that they do these things. I will have to hit that because it just popped out. Anyway, before we go into that problem, here is the jetpack. Has nicely painted detail there. Has a little rocket thing. We have the guns painted in silver, two of them. I don't have my Sabine here, it's back in Germany, and I'll be there in over 20 days. Very nicely painted in silver, plain silver. Of course, this could profit from a wash or something like that. Well, a wash, yeah. And yeah, I'm almost sure it's not the same gun that Sabine. It's the same gun model, but it's not the same, or maybe it's another model, but it's a pretty similar one, but it's not the same mold for the toy, well, the collectible, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's see if I just can pop this in, just like, paf. Anyway, it's super tight. I don't want to break it. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Anyway, I'll pull it like this. I don't want to make the one difference with Jango Fett is that this guy doesn't have a head. It's not a removable helmet or anything like that. Anyway, it's not the same helmet as Jango Fett's. This is a new mold, and it has some gunmetal paint here. It's very discreet because it's very close to the gray. It's had some kind of dry brush scuffing, but every copy has the same patterns, like the Stormtrooper from the Remnant Stormtrooper, and I guess many figures now from Hasbro. When they have like wear marks and stuff like that, they have it in the very same place, every same figure, because it's just like printed. Sorry for yeah. You have some wear here in the armor as well, in the shoulder pads. I don't know if that's Loyalist or whatever logo, and here we have some more detail. I haven't checked reviews of these guys before now that I'm just making one, but I'm glad to find these details. I have to turn this without, yeah. Let's pop the head back on. Paf, that did pop. It's a bit loose in places, but it's okay, So, actually, now that I have him out of the packaging, I'm liking it more. Yeah, I'm glad that I got these guys. He has a ball peg which goes into a hinge. It's just if you have the Jango Fett figure, it has the same neck, but with the helmet not having a head below, you can move it a bit more freely without removing the helmet and stuff. And he has some attitude. I don't know if he really has, but because it tends to just wanting to go by, it has some attitude. Maybe not when looking frontal, but like that you can do some posing, yeah. And he can look down that much, which is good. He can look up that much, which could be better, but it's good. And if you combine it with the almost not existing, yeah, you can get him to go flying around and shooting people, targets and enemies, people, by giving him his guns and the jetpack, and doing the Iron Man, the Mandalorian thing, like I'm really liking this figure now. I will. I hope if I go to Walmart again, maybe I'll get a fourth one anyway. Maybe. There's some other stuff I want to get before. But yeah, I think these guys are not easy to get because they are an exclusive. I made no effort and I didn't have any plans on getting them, but they were there and I was like, okay. There was no Ahsoka, there was no Super Commando, but these guys are good enough, you know? Better than not having them, and you can pose him in cool poses. I think the arms, I'm not sure, they might be different than Jango Fett's. I think this, I have to check that when I'm back in Germany. I don't know if the gauntlets are the same that Jango's or he has several different parts. I mean, the main body is the same, but also the legs have different plating here. I think this is also, yeah, it's not the same, it shares some parts, maybe just the main body and this part, the upper part of the arms, but I don't know if what else he shares. That's something I'll have to check later on someday. You have the Jango Fett review as well in my channel if you want to check it. I think the feet are the same. And yeah, more articulation. We have the arms can go up that far. You have this, you can turn it from here without breaking anything, but when you operate the elbow, when you play around with the elbow and twist also this, because you can move also the gauntlets, you just have to be careful of not overstretching the hoses, because as I said in my Jango Fett I broke these ones, I don't know which one, or this one broke, and yeah, when it breaks it's broken, you know. Surely there's ways to fix it, but I prefer not breaking it in the first place. I'm really enjoying this figure. It's the Jango Fett figure, but just the fact that I know that these guys are not Jango Fett and that you can have an army of them. I mean, Jango Fett of course has his army of himself, I mean the clones, you know, but more like individuals here that are not clones, just plain Mandalorians, not famous Mandalorians, and a shitload of them. That's a good thing, because one of the things I mostly like of in Star Wars is everything that came out of Boba Fett, you know. All the Mandalorian thing, well, I don't know if it all came out of Boba Fett, of course not, but it was the first character shown with this design and armor and the helmet, the T-visor, you know what I mean. Yeah, you have this much diaphragm movement. The belt luckily is not fixed, it's like a rubbery belt that you can pull down and you can place it where you need for your posing. Other thing, if I remember right, Jango Fett has connection from the belt to the holsters, and it's not the case in here, so I think you have more freedom of movement. Maybe I'm wrong, I just don't have the Boba Fett figure and I'm not looking at my review or any review at this moment because I'm recording. And yeah, you have you can go not all the way because of the holsters, but you can turn the thighs. You have your double jointed knees, and these are easily, he gets all the way back there. You have and they don't look, they are not the best, but yeah, you know, you have this very flat surface when you do the knees, when you play around, you know, but it's okay, it's a toy. And you have very nice or decent enough ankle pivot, and the ankles can go all the way back and that much to the front. Now I don't have any Star Wars figures with me right now apart from this. but I have some of my Joes with me, so let's do some size comparisons. Let's just get him to stand there. Sorry, it got a bit dark, and yeah, this is the last review I'm recording today. Here we have Destro, who is noticeably taller. Let's remove these guys from the background. Here we have Flint, who is also taller, so I'm guessing the Joes are in a bit of a larger scale than the average Black Series figures. I mean, this guy is not the average Black Series figure, but he might be a bit like a stout guy and not a taller. There's surely taller. I think if I had a Chewbacca here, of course, it's taller. But yeah, I mean, even Lady J is taller than this guy, and she's the shortest of the three Joes I have here with me. But it's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. They are supposedly in the same scale, and that was something happening. So that's the little review of the Mandalorian Loyalist. If you can get one of these guys, a couple of them, I can recommend it. It's almost the same as Jango Fett, but it's not the same as Jango Fett. He is another figure, even if he shares some parts, but Boba Fett has a silver armor and all of this, and it's just a different figure which is close enough and shares some parts. But I do recommend you get one at least if you can. I know it's the exclusives issues, the typical exclusives issue, but yeah, I hope you can get one or several of them, whatever you want or need. And please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, comment, respect each other, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.